All right, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Mike Lindsley back here at Rosie's Corner, the official pizza shop of the ML Sports Platter. You got to get here and try all the pizza, all the wings, the hot and cold subs, themed foods during the week. Tremendous place to be, and we are knocking on the spring and summer door. Please, God, to get here officially. The ice cream truck will be open for your pleasure, as well as events and different things going on. So make sure you like Rosie's Corner on Facebook. You're in and around the Central New York area. You got to get here to Rosie's Corner. This place is amazing. I've gotten a couple of meals here this week. Got some pizza wings a couple nights ago. I grabbed a big, huge sub. It was just a half with chips and a pickle. They have some of the best pickles, by the way, in the area, so get down here for that. They've got salads, chicken salads, an array of beverages in the cooler, and they've got some amazing desserts to take home with you as well. Frosted cookies, sugar cookies, peanut butter cookies, brownies, you name it. Get here to Rosie's Corner, the official pizza shop of the ML Sports Platter. You get off of the Bartell Road exit, you swing right up, and it's right on Route 11 in front of the Brewerton Bridge. I want to get into the Buffalo Bills picking Ed Oliver at number 9 in last night's NFL draft, round 1. First of all, I love the pick. I have seen Ed Oliver play the last few years at Houston. This guy is a different animal. He is a locomotive. His motor is unbelievable. He's a 3-technique guy. And when you look at what the Buffalo Bills need, plus what they wanted, they checked both of those boxes. Remember, Kyle Williams, he's retired now. The Bills need more interior pressure to get to the quarterback. And by the way, it is no small thing here that all 3 of the opponents for the New England Patriots, took guys, at the defensive line interior position. That is an absolute must when you look at Wilkins going to the Dolphins, you look at Ed Oliver going to the Buffalo Bills, and then you look at Quinnen Williams going to the New York Jets at number 3. Ed Oliver fits so many things that the Buffalo Bills need. They need another interior guy to go get the quarterback. They need a guy with extreme high energy. Think of Jerry Hughes when he first, came into the league and all that. They need depth. They need youth up front. The defensive line and offensive line are question marks for me going into the 2019 season. I know they've made some moves on the O-line. You grab Spencer Long, you pick up a Mitch Morse, and a lot of people are raving about Mitch Morse. Patrick Mahomes told Scott Petoniak, who I just had on my podcast at the Radio Press Club in Rochester, that, you're going to love him in Buffalo. This guy is a monster player, a great player. That's music to the ears of Buffalo fans. They need both sides of the ball here. They need that defensive line to start creating more pressure to go get the quarterback, not leaving the secondary on an island as much as they have been the last couple of years. Ed Oliver, monster player. He's got speed. He's got instinct. He's got the footwork. He's got the great hands. He can plow people over. He's a really good tackler. He's going to go after the run. He's going to go after the pass. He's going to provide depth, and he's going to provide that interior push that the Bills need to get to the quarterback. Now, how did this happen? How did Ed Oliver fall into the laps of the Buffalo Bills? Now, look, Brandon Beane was looking at him all week. If you listen to Buffalo media people as well, there was no question that the Bills had high interest in Ed Oliver. The problem was the Bills, while they wanted him, the question came up of, well, should we go and basically trade up to get him? I wanted Ed Oliver as well before last night, but if it meant trading up, I said no way, because there was a potpourri of players, defensive linemen, defensive interior guys, edge rushers, etc. It was a deep enough draft at the defensive line position where I didn't want to trade up if I were the Buffalo Bills. You're talking about a team that's got 10 picks in the overall NFL draft. I don't want to give up any of those just to move up 2 spots to get Oliver. I could get a complementary type of a player at D-line or DN, or maybe even take the kid T.J. Hawkinson, the tight end, who's ridiculously talented and an all-around tight end out of Iowa. Well, how did this happen? Well, here's how it happened. 2 things happened. Clelin Ferrell was taken by the Oakland Raiders at number 4, which was a complete surprise to a ton of people, including myself. I thought for sure that Oakland might even be looking at a quarterback. I thought they might be taking Dwayne Haskins because I don't know as if they're all in on Derek Carr just yet. But from round 1, it looks like they are, because they didn't go quarterback. I thought maybe they'd go like a power offensive lineman. You get a Jonah Williams, somebody like that. But they did not take those players. They ended up going defensive, and they went with Clelin Ferrell out of Clemson. Amazing stuff there. And then the other part, and Brandon Beane and company, they put together 8 mock drafts. And out of all of those mocks, the one thing that they looked at was Ed Oliver is going to fall to us if 2 quarterbacks are taken in 2 or maybe 3 quarterbacks are taken before we even pick, but we need a minimum of 2. We'll be shocked at 3, but we need a minimum of 2. Now, the 2 could have been Kyler Murray, number 1, which we knew that was going to happen, and then Dwayne Haskins. Well, Dwayne Haskins fell all the way down, and he was picked by the Washington Redskins in the middle of the first round. Daniel Jones, the quarterback out of Duke, for some reason has been on the upward trajectory. He was picked by the New York Football Giants at number 6, and a pick that I think is a complete reach. I realize that the Giants have the connection with the Ole Miss, now Duke head coach and David Cutcliffe coached Daniel Jones, and of course David Cutcliffe was Eli Manning's guy at Ole Miss, and of course Daniel Jones has been performing at the Manning Football Academy and all that. That's fine. I still think it's a huge risk. I think you could have gone with a guy who's much more polished A to Z in Dwayne Haskins with a little bit bigger and better size there. If you were the New York Giants looking to move on from Eli Manning in a year or two. The bottom line here, though, is that really benefited the Buffalo Bills because with those quarterbacks going, that basically left a couple of players open that hadn't been picked yet. You knew Kyler Murray was going 1. You knew Nick Bosa was going number 2. Kind of a question mark with the Jets. They were trying to trade out of that pick. They keep it. They take Quinnen Williams out of Alabama, who's a complete monster. And then you see how this whole thing starts to go from there. And the Buffalo Bills, I thought they were going to pick one of 2 players in this draft. It was either Ed Oliver if he was available, or it was going to be T.J. Hockenson if he was available. A guy who just completely checks all the boxes as the most athletic, all-around, incredible tight end out of Iowa. There were 2 coming out of Iowa, but he was the better one. And boy, look at this. Voila, Detroit takes Hockenson at 8. Bang, number 9 is right there, and Ed Oliver. All the guys who you needed to be picked ahead of number 9, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, they were picked ahead. You knew 1 and 2 were set, but what about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? All of that worked in the Bills' favor, and they get a guy who has been basically described as just not normal by a lot of scouts out there. If you read Matthew Fairburn's article in The Athletic, if you read a lot of other people's take on Ed Oliver, coaches, scouts, etc., players, guys who have gone up against him, they all are saying this guy is a major player here, a huge impact guy, a huge game changer. And it's funny, I remember yesterday seeing the tweet from Kevin Connors of ESPN, who's one of my favorite TV and sports personalities out there. He had put a tweet out that said, hopefully we get a game changer like this guy tonight in Buffalo. And I'm paraphrasing, but he was, of course, talking about Bruce Smith. Well, could you imagine if Ed Oliver turned out to be even half of what Bruce Smith was? Ed Oliver, I love this pick, fell to the Bills. They didn't have to trade up to get him. They saved the rest of their picks. They're going to have a bunch of shit going on in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th rounds and beyond. And Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott and company, they hold the fort down. And they waited, they get Ed Oliver, they get their guy, and now they can move on and go get everybody else. Both sides of the football up front, to try to go get a couple of playmakers and probably one guy in the secondary to build some depth. I love this pick of Ed Oliver from Houston going to the Buffalo Bills. And oh, by the way, there's 1 of 2 things that you can do to make Bills fans smile right away when you're a newcomer. A, talk about chicken wings, but you have to eat them with blue cheese, or wear Zubaz pants. Well, Ed Oliver wore Zubaz pants last night in Nashville at the NFL Draft. I'm Mike Lindsley. Thanks for watching 9 Minutes with me here on IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook. You can get me on Twitter at Mike L Sports and download and subscribe to my podcast, the ML Sports Platter, all over Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. And make sure you get down here to Rosie's Corner. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, you name it. Theme foods during the week. And the food truck is on the way. The ice cream truck, rather, is on the way along with all of this terrific food. Rosie's Corner, the official pizza shop of the ML Sports Platter. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.